This is Fox 25 News at 10.
The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Finally, it has happened, and we begin with the sentence that is punctuated by 86 years of frustration. The Red Sox are World Series champions. Good evening, everyone, on this historic night. I'm David Wade.
And I'm Maria Stefanos. The curse has been reversed. There are no words that can really express it.
That's right, so sit back and soak it all in. We begin with Sky Fox. With the view above Fenway and Kenmore Square, Red Sox Nation literally dancing in the streets. There are thousands of people, very peaceful, but they are under the eye of a very watchful, small army of police officers.
And Fox 25 has you covered from here at home to St. Louis. But first, the man who was on the field when it all happened, Butch Stearns. Butch.
Thanks, Maria and David. Joining me, Kevin Millar and his wife, Gina. How are you guys doing?
Great. This is unbelievable.
What an amazing time. We're so proud to be a part of this organization. I tell you right now, no city deserves it more than Boston.
This is unbelievable. I mean, we knew it would be unbelievable, but now that it's here, I mean, it's just tremendous, isn't it?
You know what? The group of guys that we got in that clubhouse deserves every bit of this. And I mean, we believe the whole time. We've been a tight-knit unit the whole time. And, I mean, you go through so many ups and downs throughout the season, but to be a champion right now, you can rip up those 1918 posters.
What does this do, you know, as a family being committed to the Boston community? I mean, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
It is. It's really unbelievable. And they're great fans, and it's just unbelievable. It's been 80-something years since they've done this, and they did it. And the way they did it, they swept, and it's unreal.
What do you have to say to the fans of Boston back home?
Have fun, be safe, and we're coming home and get ready for the parade because Sox will be there, man.
All right, Kevin, congratulations. Gina, thank you very much. Nice to meet you. All right, that's Kevin Millar and his wife. It's just a mob scene out here. It is unbelievable. There are thousands of Red Sox fans behind us. We just came out of the locker room also. Derek Lowe, the hero once again in a clinching game. Let's hear from him.
It's just, you know, we got on a roll, and that's what playoff baseball is all about. It's not necessarily, you know, when you get hot, or I should say it's all about when you get hot. And, you know, I just, such an unbelievable feat being down 3-0, and come back and win 8 in a row. And, you know, and just from a personal standpoint, be able to, you know, start the playoffs, you know, without a roll and end up, you know, being a big part.
You seem so relaxed today, like you knew this was going to be the outcome.
You know, again, you know, I just play with this organization and being able to participate in a lot of big games. It's easy to settle down, and I said earlier, I give our scouting department and Veritech a lot of credit because they had a tremendous game plan, and as pitchers, we stuck with it.
How about a thought for the fans of Boston?
We're coming home. It may be late. We got to go back to the hotel and pack, but we'll be home eventually.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, guys, the scene in the locker room was phenomenal. The trophy being raised up, champagne being poured around by everybody. Derek Lowe, Johnny Damon, all in the middle of it. Bill Miller, tears coming down his face. John Henry, Tom Werner, Larry Lucchino, all of them there. Schilling, Pedro, Manny. It was just a tremendous scene. It was just phenomenal feeling being in that locker room. I mean, words can't describe what's going on right now. Here, I'm going to get a few more guests. Why don't I throw it back to you right now and then get somebody else here in front of the camera?
All right, sounds good. Butch, thank you.
Well, you can feel the joy all the way from Missouri to Massachusetts.
That's right. Let's go up to Doug Meehan. He's in Sky Fox, keeping an eye on the celebration in Kenmore Square. Doug, what's it looking like?
Well, I'll tell you what, on a personal note, the feeling inside is euphoric. I cannot believe that we're actually talking about this, that indeed the Red Sox are World Series champions. Just one look around the Kenmore Square area gives you an idea exactly what's happening down there. It's an absolute mob scene, but I'll tell you what, amongst the sea of blue lights of police, it's incredible when you arrive on scene is a lot of flash bulbs amongst these crowds. I've got to tell you what, though, just in the last few seconds that we just came on station here, there was an ambulance that has worked its way through this huge crowd over the bridge, over the Mass Pike. And what you've got here on the right-hand side is the casket flagging, police keeping them all in line, and for the most part, it looks like the party is continuing at this point without any situations on either side, not only Brookline Avenue, but Lansdowne as well. They've got this thing pretty well under control. But we'll keep an eye on things up here and let you know how things progress. But I'm telling you what, it feels so good. Back to you guys in-house.
We love that.
It does.
All right, thanks, Doug.
We're glad to hear that. Well, we have spent decades as Red Sox fans holding our breath, crossing our fingers, doing crazy, superstitious things, just waiting for a win.
And tonight we certainly got it, and they're not just celebrating in Boston, they're celebrating all across New England. Fox 25's Debbie Rodman. Oh, the crowd's going crazy. Hanging out with the fans in Foxborough. Hey, Deb.
I can't really even hear you guys, but euphoric. The champagne is flying. Look at the fans. 400 of them here at the Funway Cafe. I'll tell you, there's been a lot of cheers and a lot of cheers tonight. And finally, the Red Sox have won the series. Take a look at what these fans had to say. Tomorrow into work. There's an awful lot of partying going on here tonight, and why not? It's their time to bask in the glory, guys.
All right, Deb. They're used to celebrating in Foxborough. It's normally just the Patriots.
Yeah, we'll take it for the Red Sox, that's for sure. Well, now back to St. Louis, where some Fenway faithful made the trip, and our very own Bob Ward, one of the most faithful of all. Are you a happy man tonight, Bob Ward?
Maria, I can't even put it into words how I feel. These are Red Sox fans. Guys, hey, don't get hurt. Don't get hurt here. Look at this. St. Louis, Red Sox fans. I got to tell you, this was worth all that heartache. That's how we feel right now. I want to share with you what it was like inside Busch Stadium the very moment the Red Sox won it all. We did it! Absolute pure Red Sox joy. That's what you're seeing inside Busch Stadium. The players, the coaches, the owners, all celebrating. But in the stands, Red Sox Nation, thousands of them, drinking it all in. They came here to witness history, and that's exactly what they saw.
Oh my God! Thank you guys!
Everything. It's all worth it. It's all worth it.
All worth it!
You just saw something your parents and grandparents may never have seen.
Absolutely, absolutely. The Red Sox this season have done nothing that history has ever seen before. They swept the Yankees in the back end of the 7-game series. They've swept this series. The Red Sox are world champions, Major League Baseball.
Guys, I'm very impressed that guy was able to give you that history lesson at the precise moment the Red Sox won it all. How could we explain this? I mean, for years, for decades, we thought we would never see this day, and now it is finally here. David, Maria, I wish you could be here to see it for yourself because it was absolutely amazing. Thousands of Sox fans still inside, still going nuts. It's just unbelievable.
And Bob, I hope you don't mind that I'm going to share this with the people at home. Last night I talked to Bob after Game 3 and he told me, David, if they win tomorrow night, I'm probably going to cry on the air. Didn't cry, but we know he's excited.
I think he cried before, but we're not going to tell
We
all
won't
the
hold it
secrets.
against him for sure.
Well, let's take a live look right now in and around the Fenway Park area. When we just heard from Doug Meehan, he said that at this point, it looks like people are out there, they're having fun, and things seem to be, at this point, under control.
And we are absolutely thrilled to see this. We always knew that the fans of this city had class, and right now they are celebrating with class. There are a lot of people out there, though. These pictures are around Fenway Park. You can see that there are police officers everywhere, hundreds of police officers. You can see at the top of that picture there, it's kind of just going off the screen now, a car driving down the road giving everybody high fives. And you can see the police officers coming in by the droves on their motorcycles. They have surrounded Fenway Park. They have basically told the fans, come on down, hang out. As long as you're peaceful, we'll let you stand here and celebrate. They know that the city is brimming with excitement. They're hoping that the city will show it, but we're just hoping that they'll do it in a peaceful way. So far, so good.
And they did that because they brought in all of these buses and brought in police officers from all over this state to make sure that we didn't have a tragedy that happened like it happened last week. Well, let's go right into the thick of things. Fox 25's Angelica Thornton is out there monitoring the situation. Looks pretty calm right there, Angelica.
It is, Maria. David, those police that you just saw on motorcycles, they came from the area right behind us. Take a look right now. This is where police have been staging all night long, and this is nothing. We have seen police all over the place. You're looking at live pictures from the other side of Fenway Park right now. I think surreal is the best way to describe what is going on again. Thousands of police lined up all the way around Fenway Park when the game ended, And strangely, people slowly and rather quietly walked out of the bars, almost like they couldn't believe what had just happened. And then within minutes, they started celebrating in the streets, taking pictures. Of course, they can't go very far without walking right into a police officer. Boston police had told us they will not tolerate any violence tonight. We talked to the happiest sports fans alive about how they feel right now.
So surreal. It's like, I don't know.
I feel pretty ecstatic. Yeah, really. I mean, I think everyone could celebrate without, you know, causing too much damage. I think it'll be okay. Everyone's just too happy. I don't even know how to describe it.
You're speechless.
I'm speechless.
I think a lot of people are speechless right now. Police say they do have weapons, but they would not tell us what they are using tonight. They say they are not using the pepper pellet guns they used last week that killed Emerson student Tori Snellgrove, and they are hoping, of course, that they won't have to use anything at all to subdue the crowd tonight. We are hearing some loud bangs in the distance, but a police officer told me a few minutes ago he thinks they're fireworks. Hopefully nothing serious going on. Maria, David?
And Angelica, real quick for perspective, I know you were there last Wednesday night after Game 7, after the Red Sox played the Yankees. Early on in the night, around this time of night, things were peaceful last week as well. Give us some perspective as to how things look. You know, things got worse as the night went on. How do things look right now compared to the way they looked last week at the same time?
David, I think it took a lot longer tonight for the streets to be full of fans because there are fewer people in the bars, but they seem happier, and it looks like there are less problems. At this point last week, I think we were seeing a lot of people throwing debris at the police, standoff already happening, but right now we haven't seen any problems.
All right, that's very good to hear. All right, Fox 25's Angelica Thornton live outside of Fenway. We'll be checking back in with you in just a little while.
Let's hope things stay just like they are right now. Well, we are celebrating here in Boston, all over Massachusetts, and you have to check out the celebration from the locker room.
You know, you can say a lot of things in your life. Now you can call a world champ, too.
That's right. That's exactly right. Not only us, but the city of Boston and the New England fans can call themselves world champs. No longer will they hear 1918.
Beautiful.
Now it'll be 2004.
Smokey, how about that, huh?
How about them? How about them Sox, baby?
No more 1918 chants. No more none of that stuff.
We accomplished it. It's done now, so now we just start worrying about next year.
Already?
What else is there to do?
What does it mean to you to be a world champ?
It's probably the second best thing that's ever happened to me. Got my little boy, and after that, I mean, this is, just incredible. Do it with this team, to show the guts and the courage, and I mean, this team, I'm just happy.
What do you have to say to Red Sox fans?
Congratulations, there you go.
What do you have to say to Red Sox?
Well, that is interesting to see Keith Folk with champagne on his hat saying, can't wait till next year. Normally we just say, wait till next year this time of year. So big twist tonight, and we're very happy to see it.
I love it. We love looking at that stuff. Well, let's go back live up to Doug Meehan, who is in Sky Fox. Doug, how does it look out there?
Well, Maria and David, what Angelica couldn't really see from her vantage point, and why it seems that there's less people around Fenway Park, is because before the folks started to bail out of the bars down here and gather in Kenmore Square, the police put up these barricade lines of human shields, if you will. We are down on the lower end of Brookline Avenue. You may recognize the movie theater on the left-hand side. Moments ago, there was a large number of fireworks that just went off. And now you've got the motorcycle, oh, there's the video right there of the fireworks that were going off just moments ago right where we are. There's a large crowd that's gathered just in front of the movie theater here. And the Boston police have rolled in with the motorcycle units as well as officers on foot in full riot gear just behind them. It appears that you still have people dancing in the streets, but the police have acted and acted fast. They're not waiting around like they did the other night when the Red Sox clinched against the Yankees. They are moving in and moving in fast, but as you can see, some still decide and think it's a game, but they'll find out as soon as the police roll up on them that it isn't. It can be a very dangerous situation, as we found out. But as you can see, a large crowd has congregated on this end of Brookline Ave, and heavy police presence just keeps pushing this crowd down to this lower intersection here. And it'll be interesting because you still have plenty of traffic that's moving through this intersection on the lower end of Brookline. They've done the same thing further north from here, closer to Kenmore Square. But this is a situation that the police have moved and moved fast on. we'll continue to keep an eye on things. That we did see one person that was put on the back of a stretcher and put on the back of an ambulance. We don't know the extent of their injuries, but there have been some injuries already taking place out here.
Doug, this is a much different scene than we saw last week after we beat the Yankees.
Well, considerably, because what they did is they did not allow folks to cross the bridge. Well, they crossed the bridge from Kenmore Square over to Fenway Park, but they stopped them right there at what is the Kaskin flagon. They stopped them right there. They weren't able to go down Yawkey Way, and they've cut half the traffic off, foot traffic down, Lansdowne. So they're keeping these groups considerably separated, but I can tell you the pockets of people are considerably larger than they were for Game 7 against the Yankees. But again, the Boston Police are moving a lot faster than they did for that situation. Back to you guys in house.
You can see that. All right, Doug, thank you.
Thank you, Doug. We want to head back down to St. Louis now. Butch Stearns is on the field, and he is hanging out with Tim Wakefield. Butch?
Thanks, David and Maria. Tim and Stacy Wakefield here. Congrats, Wake. Thanks. I mean, you've been through a lot with this team. You've been here the longest. I mean, it's got to be an emotional time.
It is an emotional time for me and Stacy. You know, having our backs against the wall the way we did, and the way we won this thing is just phenomenal. It's so surreal, and it's like a dream come true.
How proud are you of Tim, Stacy?
I can't even say. This is probably the proudest moment I've had.
How about you guys, the wives, watching the games here? I mean, a 4-game sweep was great. There wasn't a lot of drama to worry about.
Well, you always get nervous in the come 7th, 8th, 9th inning. You tend to say, oh no, let's keep it going and believe it's going to happen.
How about all these things?
It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. You come to St. Louis thinking you're going to get a lot of St. Louis fans, and we have a lot of Red Sox fans here. It's the 10 years that I've been playing here, you know, these people show up wherever we go. It's phenomenal. I mean, we got Red Sox fans all over the country.
Congrats, Wake. Seriously, you're a world champ, man. Stacy, congrats. All right. So Tim Wakefield, the Red Sox fans, thousands of them, chanting, "Thank you, Red Sox," behind us. Larry Lucchino is going to be over here in just a second. It's a mob scene, folks. There's Larry right there. I got Larry coming over right now. Larry! Larry! Here he comes. Larry Lucchino coming over, the Red Sox president.
All right, Butch.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll go get him and I'll come back. Why don't I throw it back to you?
All right, Butch, we'll go back to you in just a couple of minutes. Unbelievable scene down there.
It is great. Well, the game was won there in St. Louis. We are World Series champions, but we are celebrating and we are proud here in Boston.
That's right. Let's head out to Boston again. Fox 25's Dan Janig was just in the thick of things, in the crowd of people celebrating in Kenmore Square, and looks like people are having fun so far, Dan.
That's right, David. You know, I won't be long because when Butch Stearns calls Larry Lucchino over, you know Larry Lucchino has to come right away, especially when it's Butch Stearns. Here at Fenway Park, just let me show you the scene here behind me. Nothing is happening here on Yawkey Way. Can we pan over there, Nate? Okay. Nothing happening here on Yawkey Way. They basically barricaded off these streets. It's in front of me, behind that camera right there on Boylston Street, where hundreds of students and hundreds of people have gathered. I just actually walked through that crowd, and I want to show you some video we took as we were going through there. Okay, there's a couple of people on top of a television news truck, and you're about to see a couple of people that set off some fireworks in the crowd right there. But overall, it's actually pretty peaceful. We were walking through the crowd, people giving high fives to each other. There is a line of state police in riot gear along Boylston Street, keeping everybody in check. But I've been out there for about a good 40 minutes, maybe a half hour, and I've seen no incidents whatsoever, at least on that stretch of Boylston Street, where at least hundreds of students have gathered. So at least right now, 12:30 in the morning, things are very electric down here, but peaceful, at least here on the Boylston side of things here. David, Maria?
And Dan, what kind of things are you seeing? In the video, we could see some people with brooms, obviously making reference to the fact that the Red Sox swept the Cardinals. Actually, let me pause that question for a second. We're going to try to go back to you. In the meantime, we want to head back to St. Louis because Fox 25's Butch Stearns is standing by with Curt Schilling. Butch?
No, I don't have Schilling. He's behind me. I'm trying to get him, so let me throw it back to you, and I'll try and get him in a second, okay?
All right, we're juggling all kinds of things here tonight, so let's go back to Dan, and as soon as Butch grabs Curt, we'll go to him. Dan, if you can still hear me out there outside of Fenway Park, give me an idea of what kind of things you're seeing the people doing. We saw the brooms to represent the sweep over the Cardinals. What kind of things are they chanting? What kind of things are they doing?
Okay, you'd think that after winning the World Series against St. Louis, they'd be chanting things about St. Louis, but they are chanting down with the Yankees here around Fenway Park. Of course, this has been a long, long battle for Red Sox Nation. As you can see in these live Skyfox pictures, there are hundreds of people here gathering. They have signs, David, that say the curse is through. The curse is over. There are at least, I was out there, I may have counted about 20 people who must have taken brooms from their homes. Live camera on the ground there for a second. Now back to Skyfox, and you can see hundreds of people, but basically, you know, all in good fun. There's no bottles out there that we've seen. There's no problems out there. Police haven't been involved in any problems that I've seen, and I was actually in the middle of this crowd that you're looking at right now. Just a lot of signs, a lot of high fives, strangers hugging each other, people crying, calling their family, if they go to school here, calling their family in California, and let them know that this is an electric day, a historic day here in Boston. David, Maria?
All right, Dan.
Probably
we'll check back in with you.
Probably tough to make a cell phone call at this point. Everyone's on the cell phone.
Oh, yes.
Gotta call your family members, gotta call all your friends and talk to them about this big win. We want to head back to St. Louis now. We have more sound from the locker room right after the win. Let's listen in.
I have to say to Red Sox fans, you know what they've gone through all these years.
Congratulations. I just want to say congratulations. This is all for all of us. All of you, all of us, everyone in the New England area, everyone, generation after generation after generation. We are glad that we were the ones to usher it home to you.
You told us in the pregame you dreamt about this. What's your next dream going to be?
I don't know.
You better tell us.
I can get a key to the city.
What do you have to say to Red Sox fans?
Finally, we don't have to listen to 1918 anymore. And they can go home and smile for the rest of their lives.
Today's Game 7. You know, we didn't want this thing to go on any further, and so, you know, we kept telling each other this is Game 7. You know, we don't want, you know, it's a must-win. We had to go out there and give it all we had because we don't want to give this city and this lineup another day, and to pull it off is unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
It is. Well, we just heard the chants behind Butch Stearns saying, Thank you, Red Sox. And we can hear them all the way here, Boston, and in Foxborough.
Let's go back to Fox 25's Debbie Robin. Debbie, are they still screaming in your earpiece there or what?
It's crazy in here, I'll tell you. I want to introduce you to a fan that did not have to wait a lifetime to see the Red Sox win. This is young Henry, 3 months old. How big of a fan is Henry?
This is Henry. His favorite player is David Ortiz.
All right, David Ortiz from young Henry here. He's a fan, and all of these fans have been here tonight watching their Red Sox win the World Series. It's such an exciting night. The people are overwhelmed, and they say all good things come to those who wait, and tonight it definitely happened. David, Maria?
All right, Debbie, thank you very much.
All right, we want to head back to St. Louis. Butch is on the field, and we are told that he has someone with him. Butch?
All right, we're back here on the field. Guests are on the way, but let me throw it back to the scene in the locker room. It was tremendous.
I went through a lot of drama during the winter, but, you know, I keep my mind positive, and I told my wife before the season started, hey, baby, this is going to be my year, you know, this is the year. And we did it, man. We're the champ. I want to get the ring, and I have it. You know, that's something that nobody's going to take it away from you. You know, when the other stuff, you never know when you're going to get it. But I'm just blessed, you know, to be the MVP and to win a World Series. I think God be blessing me with a lot of stuff, you know, my 2 kids, my wife, everything. I have it all, you know. It's nothing that I can complain about.
Well, we're a really good team, and we did it in style. You know, we won 45 of our last 60, I think, down the stretch against great teams. And, you know, I think history will reflect that, but it really doesn't matter how it gets done. It's the fact that it is done. And a lot of people can die happy now. A lot of people can live happy now. And it's time to celebrate a little bit.
It was unbelievable because they have one of the best offenses in the league, and they show it all the way to the regular season. And then, you know, I mean, our pitching, we got a great pitcher star. And we play great defense.
Sometimes in a short series, I mean, you catch guys at the right time, and it's, I mean, again, we won tonight. We didn't allow, you know, Roll and those guys are going to get hot. We didn't allow them the chance to get hot. So, you know, good for us.
All right, we're back on the field. Larry Lucchino will be with us in just a second. I tell you, it is a mob scene here, but they are well behaved. People are just celebrating like crazy. We've had VB in the locker room. I've been in the locker room. We're getting guests out here on the field, and fans are they're doing an unbelievable job, I'll tell you right now. And the families are all here. Here comes Larry Lucchino right now, the Red Sox president. They promised. Finally. Thank you, Larry. Finally. I mean, it's a mob scene trying to get everybody out here. You promised when you stepped to that podium in the Diamond Room in Fenway just 3 years ago to deliver a World Series, and you did it as an owner.
Well, thank you. That was December 21, 2001, and I know people were a little unsure about us and a little skeptical about what we would bring to the franchise. But we have the zeal of the convert. We love New England. We love this franchise, and we are really happy to be able to deliver to Red Sox Nation and to the heart and soul of Red Sox Nation, which of course is New England.
What do you have to say to these Red Sox fans here and Red Sox fans all back in New England?
I have to say that it's not a BS. It is really true that their energy, their passion, their support, their inspiration does make a difference in the performance of this team. It gives us financial wherewithal, it inspires the players, it fills the ballpark with the kind of electricity. They make a difference, and that is absolutely true. We share, of course, this moment with all of them.
And tonight's a night to celebrate, but you know what? For you and John and Tom and Theo, you wake up tomorrow morning, you got to go back to work. You got a 2-week window to make a lot of tough decisions.
Yeah,
here.
but it's a labor of love, I will tell you, and this makes it even more a labor of love.
Congratulations, Larry.
Thank you,
all right, you really earned it. Thank you. Larry Lucchino, the Red Sox president. Let me throw it back to you, and we'll get some more guests over here.
All right, Butch. Butch is going to be grabbing interviews on the field there throughout the rest of this night. We still have so much more Red Sox coverage for you tonight.
Yes, but first, check out these moments that we will never forget.
Send the Yankees to the World Series. Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on. Especially after getting a 92-mile. Back to full. Red Sox fans have longed to hear it. The Boston Red Sox are world champions.